Hi everybody, my name is Jamie. Today I kind of want to go over the awareness of thyroid disease. Um, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism when I was 5 years old, and I never really had too much trouble with having a bad thyroid, except never having that much energy and trouble concentrating in school, which led to part of my learning disability. The other half I feel is from, always moving every other month. But since I started, since I turned 20, my symptoms keep progressively getting worse. Um, I'm running into troubles where my thyroid levels, my doctors will finally be able to get my thyroid levels on a normal range, but yeah, I'm still having symptoms of hypothyroidism. I don't know if that could be fibromyalgia or I'm sorry, I can't pronounce certain words sometimes. Yeah, so I need to schedule an appointment with an endocrinologist, hopefully Monday, so I can try to figure out what's going on because apparently it affects your whole body, and I never looked too deeply into it, just because I never really had too many problems with my thyroid, but apparently when your levels aren't normal, and depending on how long you've gone without medication or how long you've been undiagnosed, it can really hurt you. So those of you who do have a thyroid condition and you don't want to take your pills, I'm telling you right now, you do want to take your pills because, or some people might not think it's serious, but it's very serious. It affects your brain, it affects your heart, your breathing, your body temperature, the odors you secrete. It pretty much affects everything in your body, and I'm just now starting to see all this for myself firsthand. So you really need to take it seriously because it could lead into a myxedema coma, and you can, and people have died from it. And it's very serious, and I feel some people, maybe they don't understand it, or some people may not take it seriously, but it is very serious disease that can lead to many more problems down the road if it's not treated right. So I'm looked at this one website. It's ABC News. 19 signs your thyroid isn't working. And I'm just gonna, I know this is annoying, but I'm gonna just go through what it's saying here. The thyroid, a butterfly-shaped gland in the neck, can have a dramatic impact on a huge variety of bodily functions. And if you're a woman over 35, your odds of a thyroid disorder are high, more than 30% by some estimates. So, that's a lot. And it's located, I guess, above the Adam's apple. Your thyroid produces thyroid hormone, TH, which regulates, among other things, your body's temperature, metabolism, and heartbeat. Things can start going wrong when your thyroid is under or overactive. If it's sluggish, it produces too little TH. Amped up, and it produces too much. What causes your thyroid to go haywire? It could be genetics, an autoimmune attack, pregnancy, stress, nutritional deficiencies, or toxins in the environment, but experts aren't entirely sure. Because of thyroid hormones for reaching the body from brain to bowels, diagnosing a disorder can be challenging. Here's how to tell. Number one, you're exhausted. Even if you get 8, 9 hours of sleep and you wake up and you are still so tired, you just don't, it feels like you have no energy at all. That's a sign you have your thyroid is probably really bad or it's really out of whack. Um, Fatigue is a biggie. You're just always tired no matter what. It doesn't matter. Um, Second thing, you're feeling down. It can increase depression greatly. Um, Unusually depressed or sad can also be a symptom of hypothyroidism. And says why? It's thought that the production of too little thyroid hormone can give an impact on levels of feel good in the brain. With an underactive thyroid, turning other body systems down to low. It's not surprising that your mood might sink there too. So it can make you really depressed. Because again, it's a hormone, so it affects your brain. You feel jittery and anxious. This is something I go through a lot. Ever since I started my thyroid medication again, I've been having severe panic attacks and anxiety, shakiness. It looks like I have tremors. It's horrible, but anxiety and feeling wired are associated with hyperthyroidism when the thyroid gland is making too much thyroid hormone. Flooded with consistent all systems go messages, your metabolism and whole body may spin into overdrive. If you feel you just can't relax, your thyroid may be hyper. I just started my medication, so I'm guessing since my body isn't used to the TH that I have symptoms now of hyper and hypothyroidism. I'm not entirely sure, but it's the only thing I can think of. Your appetite or taste buds are altered. An increased appetite can be a sign of hyperthyroidism. When too much thyroid hormone, you may it may have you feeling hungry all the time. The only upside is that the hyper part of the disorder typically offsets the caloric calorie thing, I'm guessing, impact of an increased appetite, so the end result isn't weight gain. An underactive thyroid, on the other hand, can mess with your sense of taste and smell, and you will gain a shitload of weight because you have no metabolism if your thyroid is underactive. So it's very difficult for you to lose weight, and it's very easy for you to put on the weight, which is my problem. Your brain feels fuzzy. Now, a lot of times I'll get this. It feels like there's like little hairs on my brain. I know that sounds so weird and messed up. It feels like my brain's swollen, and it's like I'm drugged up on something. I don't, but it says when we treat patients for hypothyroidism, they're often surprised at how fast their brain fog goes away. Because I guess you get brain fog, and actually, I think I missed something here. Sure, it could be caused by sleep deprived. I'm sorry, or aging, but cognitive functioning can take a hit when your thyroid is out of whack. Too much thyroid hormone, hyperthyroidism, can cause difficulty concentrating, and too little, which is what I have. Hypothyroidism may cause forgetfulness and general brain fog. And brain fog is, well, I'm just going to look up what brain fog is so you guys know. But I'm going to get back to brain fog. But right now, I'm going to keep going down the list real fast. You've lost your interest in sex, so low libido, basically. I'm not going to get into that. You're feeling all fluttery. And what that means is that sometimes you can feel it in your chest, sometimes you can feel it in your throat, your heart. You will actually feel it start skipping beats or start racing uncontrollably. Now, when this happens to me, it sends me into a panic attack because I think I'm having a heart attack, and it's very scary and it's very painful because then all my muscles start aching, and it feels like a heart attack because it affects every muscle in your body. So it's like if it's close to your heart, you're gonna feel it, and it's gonna be very painful. And with anxiety like I have, then I end up feeling like I can't breathe. It feels like I'm dying, it's horrible. Your skin is dry. Skin is dry and itchy may be a symptom of hypothyroidism. Your bowels are unpredictable. So it's either you don't poop enough and you're constipated, or you may have diarrhea if you're too hyper, but usually with hypo, you're usually more constipated. But I have problems where one day I'll have diarrhea, the next day I'll be constipated. It's never normal. It's one extreme or the other extreme. Your periods have changed. So people with hyperthyroidism, they'll have very light periods, and it's very fast. People with hypo, it can be very heavy and very painful with cramping. And you can have trouble getting pregnant. A lot of complications with that. And I also have a prolactin tumor, so that doesn't help either. You have painful extremities or muscles. Sometimes you stub a toe or work out too much. or work too hard. That kind of pain can be explained away. But if you have mysterious or sudden tingling or numbness or actual pain in your arms, legs, feet, or hands, that could be a sign of hypothyroidism. Over time, producing too little thyroid hormone can damage the nerves that send signals from your brain and spinal cord throughout your body. The result is those unexplained tingles and twinges. You have high blood pressure. Elevated blood pressure can be a symptom of a thyroid disorder. Both hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism have been fingered as culprits. By some estimates, people with hypothyroidism have 2 or 3 times the risk of developing hypertension. Your thermostat is off the frizz. With hypo, you get chills a lot and you get flush. Hyper, you sweat too much. It's like you get too sweaty too often. And again, I have symptoms of both. I go through stages where it can be hot, but like my hands are freezing cold. I feel like I'm just shaking because I'm so cold, and there shouldn't be a reason why, even if I have like 1,000 blankets over me. But then there's times like I just overheat and I cannot be out in the sun. It's crazy. Um, that your thyroid can cause all these problems, but it can. Your hoarse or your neck feels funny. A change in your voice or lump in your throat could be a sign of a thyroid disorder. One way to check is to take a good look at your neck to see if you can detect any signs of thyroid swelling. You can do a physical check of your own thyroid at home with these directions from the American Association of Clinical Endocrinologists. Using a hand mirror, watch your throat as you swallow a drink of water. You're looking for any bulges or protrusions in the thyroid area, which is below your Adam's apple but above your collarbones. You may want to try this several times to get a hang of where your thyroid really is. If you see anything that's lumpy or suspicious, to your doctor, because, thyroid cancer is also possible. Your sleep schedule is messed up. Want to sleep all the time? It could be hypothyroidism. A sluggish thyroid can slow bodily functions down, can slow your heart down. And if you can't sleep, it could be symptoms of hyperthyroidism. You've gained weight, again, your thyroid. Your hair is thinning or falling out. Another symptom, unfortunately, of thyroid disease. Dry, brittle hair that breaks or falls out can be a sign of hypothyroidism. And part of the reason why I prefer short hair isn't really just the maintenance. I mean, I love the fact that I don't have to put a lot of work and energy into my hair, but I mean, when you have longer hair, it is more noticeable when your hair falls out a little bit. I don't really notice it too much with mine because I keep it short, but if it was long, it's it's definitely more noticeable. Um, and your hairdresser may be able to tell more so than a doctor. They can see these symptoms a lot more because they'll notice your hair is beginning to get really fine or thinning out, or it easily just falls out. Even if you go like this, it'll easily fall out, or. And I'm not saying large quantities, I'm just saying, like, I know everyone to a point loses hair, but I mean, it's more so if you have this disease. You have trouble getting pregnant, you have high cholesterol. High levels of low density lipoprotein, cholesterol that haven't responded to diet, exercise, or medication have been linked to hypothyroidism. Elevated levels of the bad cholesterol can be caused by an underactive thyroid and can cause for concern. Untreated hypothyroidism can lead to heart problems, including an enlarged heart and heart failure. Get your thyroid tested, push for thyroid treatment. And what's saying about this, expect to be your own advocate when it comes to thyroid. Some doctors may be resistant to a thyroid diagnosis, although the American Associated of Clinical Endocrinologists narrowed the TSH range for acceptable thyroid function from 0.5 to 5.0 to 0.3 to 3.04 in 2003. That means more women fall into a range that can be treated. My levels right now are 90. or 98, I forget. It was above 150, which was off the charts. It wasn't even readable when my doctor first did my test 2.5 weeks ago. But now it at least went down to 98. And I have to start taking vitamin D pills as well for um, my levels. My cholesterol was 315, and again, my levels have never been that bad. But then again, I did go almost a year without thyroid medication. So I'm telling you all now, if you have bad side effects on thyroid medicine, try to get your doctor to change your dosage or your medication altogether. If they don't do that, see a different doctor or go to an endocrinologist, because it's worse to stop taking the medication even though the symptoms can be very severe. It's better to have your thyroid levels normal, because you could die if you don't do it. And you don't want to have heart disease or an enlarged heart. You don't want all those problems. And oh yeah, brain fog. This is a problem I've been having with memory loss, and just, I'm not normally a stupid person in high school. You know, I had a learning disability, but I always got good grades. Every now and then I would have trouble concentrating, but it's really bad now. Um, and brain fog, obviously, you know, confusion is the first thing I think of, but let's actually look it up and see what it says about brain fog. Okay, let's see here. Brain fog is defined as a feeling of being somewhat disconnected or spaced out, mentally confused, and lacking clarity, focus, and concentration. Other symptoms may include a decrease in short-term memory, reduced attention span, and the onset of forgetfulness. So, I want to see what else it says here real fast, though. Oh. You can describe feeling of being zoned out, detached, and stuck inside their head. Some sufferers also report they feel a tingling on top of their head, a sensation of cotton balls being in their head, and an impairment in their vision. And I often get like this, where it feels like, you know, there's little hairs on my head. So now I know for sure it's not just me being stupid. It's because my thyroid is causing this. And, you know, it sucks. Um, it sucks when you get so dizzy you can't hold yourself up. It sucks when your muscles ache so bad. So on top of the dizziness, it's like you're not functional. And lately it's been hard for me to it's been hard for me to follow directions, or I'll hear something, but yeah, I don't hear it. It's a, it's a very big problem. Or I'll be in the middle of doing something and I forget what the hell I'm doing. I keep losing things and I forget where the hell I put them. It's like I wasn't there at the time I was doing the crap. But yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know. Thank you for those who understand and took the time to actually watch this video. And nothing's been really new with me. My grandpa's kind of been in and out of the hospital. He's doing okay now, but after he talks for so long, probably 2 minutes, he starts coughing really badly. So I just hope he stays strong. And I hope that I just get myself taken care of. I have sometime this week, I'm going to go get all my teeth fixed and get partial in finally. And just keep taking my vitamin D pills, keep taking my thyroid pills, and hopefully that helps my cholesterol. Hopefully I keep losing the weight that I gained back. Is very frustrating. But yeah, that's all I want to say this morning for everyone. Love you all, and I'll see you all later. And I know most of it was me reading shit off here, but I mean, this is things I've been going through, and I just, some people need to know the seriousness of the disease because it, like I said, it affects everything in your body. And it's not good to have. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing to go through. If you've never experienced it, then you have no idea how it makes you feel or how bad it makes you feel. Last night, I went to the emergency room because I thought I was dying again. And for me, sometimes being on a thyroid medication makes me have severe panic attacks. Or I just start shaking uncontrollably. And I just wanted to be sure that nothing else was going on with me. Like I wasn't having heart failure or I wasn't, because you never know. And it's very scary when it feels like you're having a stroke because it's hard for you to talk. You feel confused. Your vision keeps going in and out. You feel like you have no control. And I keep getting these spells, and the only thing, every time it keeps coming down to my thyroid. It's the only thing people can keep finding. So hopefully when I schedule an appointment with my endocrinologist, I can get things taken care of because I don't want to come across as stupid or, whatever, because I'm not that kind of person. You know, I understand I can be slow at times, but I'm not stupid whatsoever. And, yeah. Alright, I'm going this time. Alright, bye guys.